My name is Brock Page and I do random sports picks for fun. Let's get into it. Boston's at Texas this evening in Arlington. The Rangers are the moneyline favorites at $1.30 in this one. Currently the totals move slightly downward to an even 9 runs. And at the moment 57% of the action's on the Rangers to get the job done. Tonight's probables price for the Bo Sox, Darvish for the Rangers. And speaking of the Rangers, they come into tonight's game just 3 games below 500 despite their current skid. There's plenty of good news for Texas bettors in this matchup. This Rangers team has posted a record of 22-18 at home. Even more impressive, the Texas Rangers are winning a solid 65% of their games going into the first pitch as the favorite. In addition to all that great stuff, the Rangers are winning an impressive 67% of their games as the official home favorite, and they're actually 11-6 going into games at the current moneyline odds. All right, so you got the good news. You got all the reasons why Texas is a good pick. Now here's where I bring down the hammer and deliver the bad news for Texas bettors. This Rangers team has struggled against the league's top teams, winning just 10 of 22 games against teams over 500. They're also just 47% in the third game without a day off. The Rangers are facing a Boston team who's white hot at the moment. This Boston squad has won 5 straight and 7 of their last 8 games. If you're a Boston bettor in this one, I'm loving the money line equity, and I'm also impressed that these guys have fought back and now have a road record of over 500. Boston's 23-21 in their games on the road, and they're also winning 53% as the official road underdog. Even more impressive, this Boston team's 23-15 versus teams around 500. In addition to all that, Boston's 4-3 when Price makes the start on the bump, and they're also winning nearly 60% of their games versus teams allowing more than 4 runs per contest. All that said, there is a legitimate case to be made for either side. If you're betting either team in this one, I can certainly see the equity in your wager. As far as I go, I will be projecting a winner myself in just a few moments. I do want to break down the total real quick, however. So when it comes to the total runs and the scoring, Boston games are 3-1 for the overs in their last 4. Meanwhile, 4 out of the Rangers' last 4 games went over the line themselves. Texas games are also averaging 13 total runs per contest in their last 4. With all that in mind, the case for the over can certainly be made, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Despite the seemingly crafty matchup of David Price against Yu Darvish, both these teams have been pounding the ball. I'm taking the over 9 runs in this one. And when it comes to selecting a winner, this Rangers team is a winless 0-4 in their head-to-head matchups with Boston thus far. They're also just 8-9 in their games where Yu Darvish makes the start. I got to take the underdog, red-hot Boston Red Sox winning this one outright for some moneyline cash. I'm predicting a final score of 7-6 Boston. All right, folks, I'm going to slide into my next and final game for the show. Arizona at the LA Dodgers with the total moving upward to 7.5 runs. Currently, the Dodgers are laying 290 on the money line, and at the moment, 66% of the action's on the Dodgers to get it done. Tonight's probables, Corbin for the D-backs, Kershaw for the Dodgers. And speaking of the Dodgers, there's plenty to be happy about if you're a player, coach, fan, or bettor of this organization. LA's 7-3 in their last 10, and they're winning a ridiculous 88% of their games after a day off. If you're a Dodger bettor in this one, you got plenty to feel good about. LA's got a win percentage of .655, and these guys are winning a staggering 75% of their games at home. They're also winning an impressive 68% as the favorite, and this LA team is an absurd 33-10 as the official home favorite. But Dodger bettors beware, you're not totally in the clear, as I found a few trouble spots for your proposition. The Dodgers typically beat up on those bad teams, those losing teams that are below 500, and there's certainly something to be said for that. However, they play in the best division in baseball, and at the moment, these guys are winning just 14 of 27 against teams over 500. They're also winning just 50% of their games versus teams allowing less than 4 runs a game. Even worse, the Dodgers have lost 4 of 7 head-to-head matchups with the D-backs this season. So Dodger bettors might be sweating this one out tonight. This Los Angeles squad is facing a D-backs team who's won their last 2 straight, and they're a solid 6-3 in their last 9. This Arizona team is also winning a respectable 63% of their games overall and nearly 60% of their games as the underdog. They've also had better success against good teams, They're a decent 12-9 versus teams over 500. They're also winning an impressive 67% of their games versus teams allowing less than 4 runs per game. In addition to all that, Arizona's winning a respectable 60% of their games after a day off. With all those numbers in mind, the case for both sides can certainly be made. But before I go ahead and select a winner in this one, let's take a look at the total real quick. Arizona's 2-2 for the overs in their last 4. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Dodgers are 2-2 for the overs in their last 4 themselves. The crafty Kershaw is on the mound and typically shuts teams down. That said, both teams have the ability to pound the ball. Let's face it, guys, I am not touching the total in this one. Having said that, though, I am ready to pick a winner in this one. I'm really liking the D-backs in this one. After stealing 2 straight from the Rockies, it just feels right that they take one from the Dodgers on the road tonight. That said, Arizona's just 8-8 when Corbin makes the start. They're also winning just 13 of 26 as the official road underdog. Oh yeah, they're facing this Clayton Kershaw guy. He plays for this team who's 15-2 in their games when he makes the start. I can't bet against it. Give me the Dodgers laying the 1.5 on the run line. I'm predicting a final score of 5-2 Dodgers. All right, folks, that is going to do it for me. But before I get out of here, I have to remind you that I am not a sports betting expert, nor do I implore you to take any of my picks. A wise man once said, good ain't free, and free ain't good. If for some reason you decide to use the free information on this program, you're utilizing it at your own discretion. Most importantly, if you're betting any of these games, do it safe, do it responsibly, and most important, have fun. For Brock Page Productions, I'm Brock Page, and have yourself a positive day.